Survivors. Looking at stability thingies here. Funny that this is showing this color. Yeah, but you can see here, there is a tunnel right underneath this. So yeah, the stability here is lesser. Uh, but the stability here is full, as it's supposed to be. Now this is DM mode. I don't know. I suppose the game is made so that without going to DM mode, you can never tell whether a block is fully supported or not. I mean, except by actually verifying that, yeah, there is blocks from top to bottom. And to sort of try on air stability, I suppose there's something that could be said for that. But still, I don't know. I really think there should be. So there is consider alpha 17, consider infection in alpha 17. Now a lot of people hated infections alpha 17 because they got infected and they took the medicine and the medicine didn't work, or it didn't work when they were not looking, or it was mysterious basically. Whereas in previous alphas, you got infected, you took uh, uh, um, antibiotics, and either you had a timer, okay, you'll be good in 2 minutes, or it fixed it right away. And infection in alpha 17 was very much like infection, okay, like real world infection. You're sick. So you take medicine. What does that medicine does? Does it remove the disease? No, it does not. It helps your body fight the disease. And antibiotics in particular, they kill bacteria that is uh, um, not resistant to that antibiotic. So it's basically poison for bacteria, except that mm, bacteria are not all the same. It's like people. Like some people are more resistant. They those people that never get a cold. Yeah, that's how bacteria works. So the antibiotic kills a bunch of bacteria, and then there's a very few bacteria left that, well, they really didn't mind that antibiotic very much, and your body take care of them. Or if your body doesn't take care of them, either because you didn't kill enough of the normal bacteria, or any reason, then that particular bacteria starts to multiply, and that's how you get the super bugs, like the antibiotic resistant bacteria and stuff like that. But anyway, in alpha 17, antibiotics and infection were like real world. Um, you took the antibiotic, it improved your chance of fighting off the infection. So you could get rid of the infection without taking any medicine, or you could stay sick after taking antibiotics. But if you're sick and if you kept taking antibiotics continuously, as they went off, took more, went off, took more, your chance of fighting it off was greater. The problem is, I mean, I think this is a pretty interesting system. I think it could be very fun. Like you look at the game needs a log. That's something that I mean, any role-playing game has a log where you can see what people said, what happened. In 7 Days to Die, there's nothing where you can look at and see, oh, this happened. This here is not a log. Okay. Journal is not a log because journal is just like, oh, some information. A log would be, oh, you got sick. Oh, you got bleeding. Oh, you fixed healing, bleeding, or you gained a level, stuff like that. And if the game like had a log or something like that, you could like you could get, I mean, you could get the normal message here, the notification, plus having the log. Oh, you um, you felt getting better, but then got worse again, or something indicating that, yeah, it rolled the dice and you were unlucky and did not heal. Because that's the sort of thing that is fun, rolling the dice and seeing whether you won or not. And the problem with Alpha 17 is that the dice were rolled without anyone knowing that a dice were being rolled at all, and you didn't know whether the dice was okay or not okay. I mean, sure, well, okay, you did know when the dice rolled okay, but you didn't know there was a dice being rolled. And here's the thing, people like seeing dice being rolled. Getting something without knowing you're competing for that is not fun. You need to see the dice being rolled. That is fun. So the Fun Pimps created a fun system and hid the fun from the players. And that's something they like to do and something that they backed off a little bit in Alpha 18. So back after all of that to my point here is for some reason, honestly, I think the reason is that the Fun Pimps was created by modders, or at least by a modder, and it has modders in the team. Um, People who design games they're very enamored with the concept of immersion, like feeling like you're there. And that's how the whole thing is intended. Um, I have this thing with lots of information about food and water. The normal game doesn't have food and water. And this blue here is the same as this blue here, but it doesn't have food or water. What it has is you start getting hungry, there is a sound from your stomach telling you you're hungry. So if you listen to the sounds made by your character, you'll know you're hungry. That sort of breaks a little bit because I don't notice that I'm hungry, but when my stomach starts making noises, I know that I'm hungry way before that. And I definitely know if I'm thirsty or not thirsty. And I know if I'm very thirsty or slightly thirsty. Um, yeah, sometimes I know I cannot drink another cup of water. Like, uh, um, sometimes I take in some medicine I have to take. I take a lot of pills. So it's annoying. And yeah, there is one missing, and I need another a little bit more of water to take this medicine, and I'm like, I cannot drink another half a cup of water. I just cannot. So um, people know this sort of things. They feel that. Okay. So yeah, 7 Days to Die has this immersion thing. It's a first-person game. One of the reasons why people make first-person games is because you're inside. You're not looking from above. You're not seeing your character. It's not over the shoulder where you see your character. No, you're there. This is your hand here at the bottom right. Um, yeah, that's the whole thing. But Yeah, people like information. I think game designers, they kind of lose contact with that. Like they make games for other game designers or games they think other people would like or think they would like without ignoring realities like people like seeing the dice. It's it doesn't matter. Like if I win them $1 million, I'm gonna be very happy with that. But gonna be more happy if I know I have a chance of winning $1 million. And in fact, between like say I know I will win $1 million, like it's guaranteed, and I have a chance of winning $1 million. Of course, I'll pick the first one, but I would be happier with the second one if I win. The problem is that there is the downside of not winning. There is the downside of not shrugging off the infection. So you don't have in the game a way of telling, oh, this is fully supported, this is not fully supported, unless you go into DM mode like I was. And I think that's a mistake, and I'm not going to stop using DM mode to see that sort of thing, because I think that's that this is something that should be available to the player. Where did my ink go? Okay. I have more here. Yeah. There. Is that a shadow? Is that because it's a different block? I don't know. And this is US Army Post. DC is, well, they're my initials. So let's look at stuff that I did. Throw that stone away. Okay, so I have some lights here because I had chance to observe things at night, and this is better. We're gonna look at things at night. We're gonna do that. All right. So I have some stuff here. Like I made these things, and they are actually hollow. They are made of plates like the ones I have on the ground. So they are hollow. It'd be not nice to fall here. Um, and they allow me to wire stuff. And then I made beside it a hatch so I can go back here and grab a relay and wire something one side to the other. And this hatch is so I can stand on top and look up or down as it may be. So I try to replicate this outside. It doesn't work as well. This is one. I mean, it would be so perfect if the wire relay could be underneath this pillar, but wire relays do not provide structure integrity. So if I did that, it ceases to be a pillar. So it has to be not underneath the pillar. I do need a wire relay up here because this one down here does not reach the relay up there. In fact, even this is a hard sell. Now, you can see that I used a plate here. I used to have a hatch. Then I replaced with a plate because I put the hatch right beside it with a ladder where I can go up and down and do electric stuff, which in a sense is the same thing I have here, right? So I have the hatches here, have like a hatch here, well, ladders with hatches going all the way, and on this side as well. So I have one here and one here. And this is pretty much the same as the others. It's bringing the light to the other side of the base. This is slightly different because I have a terrain block here, which also means it's more difficult to get up. Um, the idea behind this terrain block is that dirt is actually more resistant to explosions than concrete. So the concrete blocks will take damage, dirt will not. Doesn't mean the damage, the explosion damage won't go through the block, but it's an experiment. And I decided to try it out, particularly because since this block uses a stair, I can place a concrete block beneath it. I mean, it's perfectly suitable and have the hatch here. It shouldn't cause issues with the zombies. Uh, Zombies are more likely to explode here than, well, they are more likely to explode here um, than normal, right? So this is a places zombie can fall, right? So zombie can fall here, or they can fall here, right? And of course, like they can be here, for example, and oh, I fell here, or I fell here. So that's an experiment, and I place a bunch of plates here. Sometimes it's actually a wood frame, other times it's plates. These are probably going to get wrecked, but you'll see. I did preserve the structural integrity of these guys here, but in fact, this wall here, uh, do I have that still? Yeah. I wanted to also upgrade this guy, just to have it steal from one side to the other is better for structural integrity, and this side is like that. Now here, this is the Militia Protection, and I place some blades on some electric poles, and they're actually a problem because I keep hitting them. So I cannot go up because to get on the stairs, I need to go up a little bit, and I below the electric fence pole, so I have to go to the side to get up. Um, that's one problem with it. The other problem, which is honestly a much bigger problem, is simply that it's not really working. Yeah. Um, this is too high for the damn it, for the demolishers there. That's the word I was looking for. So one possibility is just placing some blocks here on the side, and there's some interesting possibilities I could use there, which I think would look nice, and have the electric fences go from one side to the other. Now that will be extremely vulnerable to spits from cops and all sort of things. It's gonna get destroyed really fast. Uh, this it's still vulnerable, but less so. Unfortunately, at this height, it does not work. And, and the block here also has a slight problem with the fact that there is a ladder here. So it's tricky. Of course, there are two, and it's not even going to cover all of it. It's just going to cover like the center. So yeah, tricky. And I spawned demolishers to test this. They did get electrocuted, but they had to be in the exact right location. So like the electric fence poles with the guy walking all the way here, all the way there, only hit them twice. And by twice, I mean one hit, right? Not like continuously for a while. No, just once and stop, and then once and stop. Okay, so I have a lot of things upgraded to steel, as you can see. Um, Not by all means everything that I want. For example, this thing here. Zombies like to hit this block. And guessing it's because this is the corner. Though I did have some sandbags here which got in the way, so I destroyed both of them. I'm hoping this will make them less likely to annoy me. Now, so go back here. So one thing I'm thinking of is getting these two wire relays because they are now easy to replace. That one will have to be removed as well. Yeah, it will have to be somewhere like here. Because that thing there is this section here. Let's take this off. Okay, so these blocks here, going all the way, right? They provide structural integrity. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there's one space, and then there is more stuff here. So they provide structural integrity. And now that I place a few wood frames there, I can go back into DM here. If I show stability, you can see that now this one here is full as this one is, but these are not. Um, hmm, I wonder about that because I'm seeing these errors on and off. It's on my base. I wish I could identify better what it is because then I could report it. Anyway, what I'm thinking of doing here is it has to be continuous. So I would use, I don't know, plate. Let's look at the door. Let's make a door. Inventory is very full. So one thing I want to do is come here, get these two airdrops. One had dropped some time before, and you see that airdrops used to usually come down close to each other. So I think there is some criteria for selection of airdrop spots that causes them to be in specific places. So here, for example, or here, right? The door is almost getting ready. So the thing is, I don't know if I want a plate. I could like copy this rotation here. So I could have a plate coming up. No, ideally it will be on the other side. Yeah, like here would probably be better. Just to give me some space to jump at that. But the problem is that this one is on this side. Huh. Of course, if I do place a plate, it would be interesting to close off them with each other. So, guess it'd have to be here. We'll see. So doors. Okay. Yeah, as I thought, doors are on edges. So open inside. This would be kind of funny. So if I have this here and I have a plate right on top of it, I can still jump here. And then I have plates going up like this. And here I think I would go with the wet concrete pole. I can copy, let's copy this rotation here. Okay. And then there's like a space here. But nothing fits here, you see? So I could get this guy here. And that space there is interesting because it's you see how there's a space here? Space there. Yeah. It's a hole there. It's not on the sides. It's right there. So with that, I can like just close this off with rebar. Look a little bit ugly, but it works. It gets me here. And then I can... Why do I have darts on me? I don't understand why I have darts on me. So this goes here. Likewise, this one goes here. It comes from there. This one comes from here. Okay. So these are the fences. These are lights. This is Horde base, and it's like the second part of it. Is everything here full? Okay. I think there's some sort of block somewhere that is not. And now I'm going to DM mode again. Keep going out to DM mode because sometimes I press Q and that turns on God mode and I find it annoying. Okay, so now this is fully supported and interesting, like this, these blocks are actually touching each other technically in the game. So they actually get structure integrity as well. Okay. So as for the electric fences, it could be like a ramp or a wedge tip or a wedge. I think the wedge would work best. Let me drop stuff at the base. And I finally moved stuff out of here. And I think I'm gonna drop this and okay. This stuff was on the other base. Make it all here. Let's get the ink as well. I think I know what I moved the darts here. So the dart was on a spot darts were not supposed to be. Okay. Alright. I'll leave this here. It's not related to this base in any way. Should probably make more of these, but let's wait. Okay, so light off. This I think works well. Okay. This is the in-game one. It doesn't illuminate the side, but look below. That's like the light from this guy doesn't even reach down below. Okay. Now these here are interesting because let me actually open this guy here. So I place a half block so I don't fall. It's probably upgraded. The idea is dropping grenades, the normal type, through the hatch, not the contact grenades. The contact grenades just gonna kill me. So drop the normal grenades there. So zombies that fall there get killed, which I like. And this one here allows me to fix the horde base. But more importantly, those lights give me enough light to actually see down there. No? This can even stay open all night long. It's not a big deal. In fact, maybe I should do that. If I had access to the half plate, which is used on the sides of that side there, these half plates there. So plates, right? Plates, all sort of plates. In all sort of plates, half concrete plate. A block like this, would be perfect up here. I mean, okay, there is a hatch there, but see if I can copy rotation. not really. Yeah, like this. So place a block this like this here. This rotation. Okay. It's bigger than the plate, I suppose. So not quite what I need. But anyway, I can drop grenades here. I tested with stones. And I can repair things here. And as a matter of fact, I can check if it's damaged and things like that. Which I intended to do last fortnight, but things were busy. Now lights there are fine. The electric lights are on, the other lights are on, and there is a ton of light there. I don't have my light on, see? It's not on. And I placed that thing there, which actually provides enough light to see around here. And at close range, I mean, I will have my own helmet light on, so it does provide light in this context here. Yeah. So this is what I have. This is a half plate because these are half blocks, and the half plate is the one that matches the best. It doesn't match perfectly, but you can see like it goes a little bit below the half block, but I think it matches okay. But the lantern keeps floating on top of it. Well, it's gonna keep floating. So, anyway, so if I were to use a wedge here, and that is kind of the on face I would like to have. I can I could use the ladder thing. Let's actually turn this into the wedge stairs and break this block. So wedge stairs and on face probably will not work. Looks like it worked. So these are the two options, like this square thing, and I can even place a wedge tip down below, because this is what I ended up using here. And I know I have the pillar 50s, but I think this is a very square-sided base. I think these things here will work better. Yeah, I think I prefer that. So here I would use a wedge tip. So either be that or that. I mean, it's nothing wrong with this. It's just, I don't know, there's a certain non-organic feel to this that I appreciate. Okay. So
boards on the face, and then get the wedge tips on the face as well. So that's what it would look like. It suggests to me a sort of a bat. Not there. It's the last time you bother me, friend. So we'll then have the electric fence post, and it cannot go there. It needs to be further apart, and here's the deal. If I place a block here, yeah, a block there can block zombies. Let me break these guys here. So the problem is that this guy here is too wide, right? So the thing needs to go 1, 2, and then same thing here. 1, and then 2. Right? So here I can place these blocks. I'm gonna pick them up so that I can remove the frames without losing them. Now, how do we do that? How do we do that? Because it's a half block facing down, and on the side it will be a half block facing up. I think the only thing that I can use is the no. Whatever I can use the wedge, I can use the wedge tip stairs as well. But that's not the height I would need it at. I mean, explore our other shapes. First, the wedge tip. So the wedge tip will only work if I do it on face. A wedge tip is going to have the same problem. Either it's going down at the right height or it's going up at the wrong height. So I think the only block I can use that would work for me is this, which I think is a little bit more suave than I like. So I can make it like that, like give the stair thing, or just make it a half block, right? And I placed it on the wrong spot. Did I? Yeah, I definitely... This one is at the wrong place. Okay. So either this... It just doesn't work. With this not having the line breaks, it just doesn't work. I wish shapes did not join together so easily. Alright, so now that I have my bat, it looks like a bat, doesn't it? Like a bat wings. I mean, every shape I tried so far to me suggests wings. Okay, so this, this should, in principle, work better. And if I want more, I'll have to make a second blade trap as well. Is there an animal? Oh, make 10. I wanted these light bulbs. They intended to go here, so it's one block above. Like that. So let's turn off our lights and let's go down here. Now if I close this door, yeah, the light still goes through the blocks. So you see the turn is fairly well illuminated. I mean, this is pitch black here. Down here, it's not exactly, it's not well illuminated, but there's light enough to see details, particularly on this side. Not so much on this side. I think this here is darker because the light coming from there is projecting here. But it has enough light. We have lights here. Now, here is still enough light. It's light getting blown through. Yeah, I was supposed to close this. And I have these doors here. I mean, this is the Horde base, the Horde base command, which was that round building, which is now very, very much square. And this is the wall. So this is allows access to the inside of the base after the wall. Yeah, here's fine as well. Yeah, this side here is darker. Yeah, that works for me. And you can see that there's light, so everything is fine.
Above and above. So, now naturally the rest of the base doesn't have any light. Well, not naturally, but it doesn't. And I'm not sure. So one thing that I think these lights have 300 hit points, whereas the simple light has like 20. So I think this is like more effective. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. I think it says lights there. And having lights here is actually important because if I die, which happens, and I need to find my stuff, it's better to see my stuff than have to like find through the compass and just look if anything shows up. And ammunition for more lights. So on this side there's nothing. I suppose I should replace this thing here with my own light. It's just that I'm gonna lose the light inside. That's gonna be disagreeable. And I really need some lights here. I suppose I can place, yeah, let's grab this. Now here is actually, you see like, this is very dark here. I mean, the night is clear enough that you can see like the walls, but if the night isn't clear like the shadows are from the night. They are not from my lights. It gets really dark here. Now, I've been using these lights, but I think like they suck. The problem is that the block above is being occupied there. I'll take the simple lights. Yeah, that's how I wanted the light here to be. Stupid window sill is in the exact wrong position for it. So let me take this. Now, this is here. This actually has electricity. This is where the electricity is going. The lights are going back to the base. Spotlight, duct tape, and headlights. The headlight I knew.
Sort of wanted to make more. Don't have more. Leave one, keep the rest. The timer relay. These are normal blocks. Okay. I mean, it's almost morning. In fact, we should probably eat the last blueberry pie there. So here, I mean, this is exactly aligned. So break here, and I'll have to dig. I'll have to paint this later. It's gonna be impossible to paint. This one. Get the wire tool. I think it's fair that if the SMG is on, then the light's on. Okay. And now I lost my chance to see this in action, but most amazed is that I have done very little. There is 1 hour video already. So I'll turn on the turrets. And now we have some light here. Which doesn't... Why don't they give us lights like that? Like the street lights. It would be so nice if I could have that light, like really projecting light down from many blocks above, which is simply not available. Now, also makes sense to have this on face. On face. Above the doors, you know? So need one here. And here, yeah. So here I actually want the other one. Did I use all of it? I must have, because I haven't dropped any blocks outside anywhere. I can make a few more, okay. Take a long time. Yeah. So this one, and up here as well, they need normal lights. Well, they need these tougher lights with more hit points.
Look at how reddish the sun is. They did something, and I mean, they supposedly fixed this for the desert. I'm not in the desert, I'm in the forest, and I keep getting these very red days. Okay, so we will have one here. Is this on place? No, because of the way it would have to float, because this is a plate. And I really don't want it floating. Could place it inside. Maybe that will provide light outside as well. I mean, at least I can see the... Yeah, this is a plate as well, but this plate, half block, but this half block is on the right side, so to speak. So then we bring that here. I'll need a wire going somewhere there anyway. You know what? I can connect it directly through here. Yeah, that's no way of avoiding that. So some simple lights here, very vulnerable. And I have a bunch of electric fence poles here, from up and down here. So I have 3, right? Why is this not connected? It has to be connected there. Okay. So I have 3. One catching here. And this one doesn't seem to be catching anyone, right? But zombies tend to like cut corners like this, and I think having one right here might catch them. And this is also to catch zombies cutting corners. Like if it goes through here, it should hit this guy and this guy. If they kind of run over to the other side, should hit the middle one and hopefully even fall. Now I do wonder if this... if the shotgun is just not aiming right at them. It seems to be aiming so low. The thing is, it's supposed to hit the ones coming through the door as well. The way it's set up. Leave it alone. Unlock ammo. Okay. Maybe this will shoot them better. The zombies are getting through here, so this tougher light there. Some lights here. And then finally on this side, I do have to wire these guys. I don't have any light relays on this side. I think I'll probably not have that for Horde Night. So Horde Night is 126. So it's actually pretty close now.
this guy here is wired. So the relay goes all the way here, connects here and here, and then go down. It could go directly to the blade trap, from blade trap to blade trap, from blade trap to the electric fence posts. Work, man. You're half block. Get there. On face, no. Not copy shape. Maybe rotation. No. All right. Like that. Like that. And again, it doesn't cover the whole blade trap, but I'm doing what I can here. So from that relay here, that here. Now, these guys here are on as soon as I turn hard defenses on. So these are the lower hard defenses. So that turns them on, as you can clearly not see for a mysterious reason. Let's see if I'm not maxing out the power. Not from here. Nah, not even close. So let's go down. I really need a door here. The only door that's gonna work is the vault door. Really don't want to do that. And I have to remake this. I'm gonna move them up. Not sure what I'm gonna do about the ground here because it's all concrete terrain, you know? So let's check this guy here. So this doesn't have power, this doesn't have power because I moved these relays, alright. So this relay connects to that one. So now as you can clearly hear, so as soon as I turn Horde Knight on, that's gonna get on, and they should only hit the demolishers. And now 189. What if I turn on the fences? It should be on all on different circuits. 263. Oh, this is almost not using any power at all. Where is the power for the other switches coming from? So 2 cables going for the two bottom switches, and 1 cable going to the top switch. What about that? Is that disconnected? Where's the power from this guy coming from? Because I'm not seeing the wire. Oh, it's this guy here. It's this guy here. Which used to be connected to a lot of different switches, and then it stopped, right? So this guy goes here, and this should go here, and I think it should go to the turrets as well. 263, 29. Either turrets or fences. Turrets uses a lot of electricity. Let's see how this works. Now this is down to 152. This is up to 140. Okay. So here's the deal. I'm gonna come here. No, we are not gonna come here. We're gonna come to the other side. This is gonna be annoying, but... This is inconvenient, and all the dark traps are unlocked, so... Oh yes, this is already always. So it's not providing power elsewhere. These bucket traps with 5 watts, they're so... a little bit unbelievable. Okay, come. That one has power already. I apologize for the annoying noise. Oh, it's on the other side. All right. This doesn't have power. It's probably because there's not enough power. Not maxed out. This one is. So let's do this. Let's connect the turrets here again. And now this one is maxed out, of course. But I'm gonna connect the fences above. So this is at 221. This is still at 300. One of the horde base and the turrets, and it's 221. That's funny. This should have been connected to the fences, I believe. So now this is 295 and this is 229, but it's not active. I can reactivate them. All the blade traps here are running. All the dark traps here are running. $289, $295. So this does seem to be able to fit everything. Gonna double check the dark traps here, but I can hear the sound. All right. Everything has power. Really feeling like removing this guy here. It's 15 watts. That would give me 16 if I remove the relay. Should open this direction, right? I'm gonna remove, fix that. Okay. So the power duration here, I think it's 6, I'll leave it 10 seconds. I remember it was difficult. No. I won 3 times. Yes. So triggered. Triggered. The electric fences are all on. Let's turn them off right now. We need that on. I need to reset those guys before I come here. No. That's on the other side. But this guy here can be reset. No, 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 no. This is the one that cannot be reset. Ah. So come here and reset. Oh, that's something I could do. Go down, close, go up. So that those will be on as long as the base is gonna be on all hard night long. All night long on hard night. Okay. So these guys here are now off. Things are on the other side. Triggers are here. So what I want to do is reset and switch to triggered. Reset, switch to triggered. And I can confirm that they both work. All right. Now we'll lock the ammo. Um, to get a switch just for that is gonna be so not easy. Uh-huh. Go back here. Lock, unlock. In fact, let's turn these guys off. Locked, locked, so both locked. If I could turn this into a hatch, I could go there to do these tests more easily. This should really be switched. I mean, it just gets in the way. I already decided to go with these poles uh, everywhere. I don't think these guys are adding anything. I mean, they are where they connect to this guy, right? So that's why they're metal, but I'm on the steel age already, so I don't need that. I can have the steel poles. Okay, these are locked. Lock, 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 lock. I won't go with you guys on the airdrop because honestly, they have been crap. Like, they they don't scale with game stage. I wish they did, but they don't. They are for early game, really. Okay. Now with everything off, so this guy now is not using any electricity. And look at how much electricity used just in that short period of time. Right here. That light is off. It should not be off, so I wired it to the wrong thing. Uh, okay. Okay, this doesn't have, it's this one. Slightly different curve. It's now on. On face. Yeah. Mostly on top of the doors. And then, yes. So I don't have any light relay. I don't have any light relay coming this direction. So the light here will have to be improvised. And I think these guys can be connected to the turret. I think it makes a lot of sense, honestly. Right. All right. I mean, I made this to replicate the height on the other side. Maybe I could make it lower. You can see some light getting, I think here. So maybe if it was 2 blocks lower. If it was 2 blocks lower, it would not provide light for the horde base itself, but I don't think that's needed, honestly. Yeah, I could see about making 2 blocks lower. 1, 2. If I made 3 blocks lower, I could then finish that side the way I want. 90 minutes and almost nothing done. Incredible. Alright. Now let's talk lights again. I mean, these guys should save some. just think it looks better that way. But this is a half block here, so it's not gonna connect right. So everywhere else, the ledge is a full block except here, which causes issues for my bars. Well, not issues, just an annoying gap. So I think all of this is going to get changed to a full half block. And it's a half block, right? Yeah. Because all other places are using half blocks. I'm gonna use half blocks here as well. Okay. So let's get inside. And I have some natural lights here. Now there's this guy. And this is actually on a different circuit, so it's not using the electricity from that base. So let's get here. And this corner gets really dark. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the center. And that's a plate. Shit. Stupid plate. So with all the lights I added, and they are only 5 watts a piece, but they add up, right? This is now 116. So yeah, that's pretty good because I mean, all the lights are on, they're always on. And getting those two lights there on, that's gonna be 10 watts plus, I don't know, let's say 4 watts. So for overlays, that would be bring me to 130. That's still 50 watts of capacity. And I mean, replacing the lights I had here with these lights, the lanterns, really helped. So I can concentrate the electrical lights on these that for which more hit points is useful. So I bought 3 more solar cells. One trader had all 3, 2 on the top secret stash, another one on the bottom secret stash. Um, and I had the awesome sauce, so I got everything for using that. It felt a little bit more expensive, so maybe the Fun Pimps did some adjustments there. But even if I activate a blade trap, which is 20 watts, uh, there's still a lot of power here. So I can bring this guy and take there. Because I think the electric fences are only 56. And there is an easy way of testing that. So the electric fences are here, right? So if I turn this off, then all the power for the electric fences come from here. I can turn this guy on. Uncheck this guy. This should be the electric fence. Yeah, they're powered. Oh, okay. I switched the electric fence to be fed from this guy here. 74. It's more than expected, but still. 74. So I have definitely enough extra power there. I'm really only, I think, 5 watts below max. Yeah, I have enough power to power the relays along the way and all the electric fences here. And if I do that, then then I can maintain the electric fences on. It's not really. The turrets are the defenses I would really like to have always on. 106. That's tighter, but I think I can do it. So if I can have all the turrets on, and like I can like remove that one because I don't think it's gonna do me any good there. Um, what I can do then is also transfer the door, the power drawbridge, so that the power drawbridge and all the turrets can be on all the time. And in fact, even the alarms. Which one is upgraded? I think this is not upgraded. It's a little bit of a confusing place. I don't think there's anything here that this should be connected to. This one, yes, this is on this corner, so it's actually providing some structure integrity. But I think this guy here is just not right. Fuck that steel. Oh, those are the corners. This and this. They were the corners. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, mechanical parts will go here. The extra electric fences will go here. Oh, wire relays. No, I'm gonna keep the wire relays. Yeah. The ink does go back there. That's it. So, next step for me is gonna be to get that tunnel and get it all the way here and move the wire relays which I have coming down here. They go here, right? So there's one up there. It goes down here. You kind of see it from the side here. See? And then it goes down again, and then it goes to that wire relay, and then here, and then inside, and then down there, and from there, here, and then here, and then there. So I want to get all of that through the tunnel. The tunnel will also bring the other solar panel, which is presently only being used for that blade trap. And then have that solar panel power the electric fences. Yeah. So another thing is having more battery banks, but I don't have the batteries for it, okay? This has a max output of 132, um, but with all quality 6 batteries, I can have 300. So even though the solar panel is 180, if I put a timer relay so that it only works at night, like um, from the battery bank to the switch that turns on, say, the horde base. Uh, if I put something that it will only work at night, right? So I can like uh, turn this switch on and it's going to be black because it's not even going to have power until night arrives. And when night arrives, yeah, it's on. It's automatically on. And it's only going to draw from the battery bank, which can get up to 300, so exceed the solar panel. And then it gets in the morning, the timer relay goes off, so the switch goes off, so it stops drawing power for the horde base, and the solar panel comes on, and all it needs to do is recharge 5 watts to recharge the batteries. So that's something I also am thinking of, but I'll have to get a ton of cars. And I've just not been getting out of the base because there's a lot of things I want to do here. Um, because basically I now have Intellect 10. I have pretty much schematics for everything I want to craft. Block-wise, there's a few recipes I don't have, but nothing for the base. And I can make steel, and I have a good auger, so I can mine a lot. So this is the moment for me to build stuff. Um, and when I finish this base, honestly, I'm gonna start a new game. I'm gonna start a new game. So this is the end game for me, and the end game is about building, and that's why we spent over 1 hour and a half basically talking about the base. Okay, I did do a couple of things here and there. Improve the light, um, made a new V-wing there for the... I didn't test if zombies could hit that going up or down, but they can't. Like the fact that it's a half block, that prevents it. Kind of. See, gets stuck a little bit. So this is going to be it for today. I'm not gonna say this is going to be all because honestly, I hope you guys enjoyed though. Thank you for watching. I think these guys here, they should actually be on a timer relay because they're outside lights. Okay, gotta think about that.